saw the statement from Stephen Starr. He mentioned your name and talked about how, you rallied the city in tough times.
Well, as Mayor Kenny said, I had some tough problems to deal with, but no mayor in my lifetime has had the same set of problems, 4 major problems, at the same time that Mayor Kenny is wrestling with. So I appreciate his frustrations. And I don't think both Stephen's frustrations, Stephen's right too. I mean, Center City produces almost half of the total jobs that Philadelphia has. It produces more than half of the tax revenue that Philadelphia has. So you obviously need to protect that economic driver. But Mayor Kenny's also right in the fact that every life is worth the same. Whether it's someone who's a homeless person living in North Philadelphia, or whether it's the richest resident we have living on Rittenhouse Square. Everyone's life is worth the same. The answer is we need to take care of this horrible epidemic of gun violence. We need to take care of it in the neighborhoods and in our business center city district. And I was thinking of what could the mayor do that he's not doing, and there's very little thing to remember. Up until this COVID relief bill passed in Washington, we were looking at hundreds of millions of dollars of deficits. So you can't add more police. You can't add physical barriers. You can't add more lights. You just don't have the money to do that. Now maybe this money coming from the COVID-19 bill will allow us to hire more police. But if you hire more police, it takes 6 months for them to get through the academy. So what do? Maybe we ask retired police if they're willing to come back for a while, keep their pensions, and make additional money on top of it. It's still cheaper because you wouldn't have to be paying them health care because they already have health care. It would be cheaper than getting new police, and a retired policeman in 2 weeks could be ready to hit the streets. So there are some ideas, and we need a greater police presence. But understand, if Mayor Kenny could do that, if he could afford it, he'd do it in Center City for sure, because he understands the business district, the district that brings us all our money. People can't be scared away from coming in there. So he'd do that, and he'd do more police walking and patrol in the neighborhoods. He'd do both.
So here's the question. I mean, that's a suggestion that I haven't heard. I mean, is that a plausible potential remedy or
some
step
of our
that
police,
could be taken?
Police are able to retire in 25 years. So a lot of them are 45 years of age or 48 years of age, young enough to want to come back. They look for job opportunities on the outside, and they find nothing as financially remunerative as being a policeman. So maybe you'd get someone back. I don't know, but we ought to be trying stuff. And Mayor Kenny understands that, and he's listening. He's trying to work something out. And I think it's really important, and I love Stephen Starr. He's done more for Philadelphia than almost anybody. But it's really important that we don't criticize each other. We're faced with a real crisis. We've got to all pull together on the same oar.